conversations that touch the heart and inspire change. Here on African Diaries, only on Channel Africa. Join us on www.channelafrica.co.za.
It is 6 minutes after 10 p.m. Central African time. Welcome to African Diaries. To the team that was, what a stellar job. They're led by Tshepiso Makwetla of Africa World Hour. Catch her tomorrow between 9 and 10 p.m. Central African time. Now, what to expect in these 2 hours? Today, we revolve conversations around relationshiping, romance, relationship dynamics, some psychology, some love theories, some hate theories. That is where we station ourselves this evening. And we start off with a striking question. Why are some women, and perhaps let me add to the catalog, why are some people drawn to dangerous, unpredictable, even criminal people? Okay? So we're looking at this affinity, this attraction, this thing that just pulls you to somebody who presents very risque tendencies and habits and character traits. Why is that the case? Why do people find themselves in that context? And sometimes we say that you should know better. But I didn't know, and I was today years old when I learned that there's such a thing as the Bonnie and Clyde syndrome. Now, how can they break from the cycle is what we will be unpacking. And joining us is clinical and sports psychologist Dr. Kitumedzi Tumi Mashego, who is the author of Trapped in Love. And she'll help us firstly unpack the psychology behind it, but also how to get out is what we're looking for. In the second hour of the show, we know that the festive season is in full swing and we explore lighter contexts, okay? Sometimes the lighter context is a lighter relationship, okay? Something casual, something fun, something exciting. If that's your take on life, if you're saying, Shayla, the festive season is about being relaxed, okay? I'm not trying to think deep about my sentiments, my emotions, my feelings. I literally just want to have a good time. And I want to do it with somebody I find appealing, attractive. That is what we tackle, and we do this with vlogger who will be joining us on the line, and she will be walking us through, is it a thing or not? And this is based on her experience. She travels quite a bit. And so we will be chatting to her about holiday romance. Is it real? Is it not? And this conversation will, of course, encompass the vlogger Letabo. And she's a South African vlogger, focuses on lifestyle and travel. And so because of her context, we can gauge it to an extent. If you want to send through your thoughts, your views, your questions, in actual fact, find us on WhatsApp, +27 63406 9126. Find us on social media. Keep up with the conversations in real time. At Channel Africa 1 is the handle you will use. And then lastly, you can stream us live via YouTube. I will continue to punt YouTube until I see 2 million views on our YouTube page, okay? Because I think radio has evolved. No longer need you listen. You can watch at this stage. You can have this on your smart TV and see really brilliant broadcasters behind the mic and not just listen to them, but notice their nuances. How do you talk? What do you do with your hands? You know, get to know the guests even better. Perhaps you don't know Letabo, the vlogger, and you're saying, Shayla, I haven't heard of her as yet because you're based in Togo or you're based in the US. This is your opportune moment. Find us on YouTube. Channel Africa is the page. You simply click on our profile picture that should be highlighted in pink, suggesting that we are live. It is 10 minutes after 10 p.m. Central African time. Welcome to it. This is African Diaries.
Nighttime radio, just the way you like it. On Channel Africa, where the night comes alive. The Midnight Snack, 12 to 3 a.m.
Moranziwa Wamina. Moranziwa means my love in Xitsonga. So if you're listening to this, just know that you are my love. Yes. You and I are an item. We're dating. We are together. So I love you, baby. Why are you blushing? Why are you blushing? Like, haven't you heard somebody confessing their love to you? I mean, you gotta get used to it now, because I'm gonna tell you this every day, that I love you. I can tell you, there's so many people who are never told they are loved. I come to the studio every Monday, 12 to 3, because I've got an appointment with you. I take you serious. Forget about the other person, right? Moranziwa.
The Midnight Snack, every Monday, 12 to 3 a.m. with Chanduko Ligege. Are you fluent in French, Chinyanja, Portuguese, and Kiswahili? Are you passionate about radio? And are you looking to work in South Africa? Do you have papers that qualify you to work in South Africa? In that case, we might have an opportunity for you to work for Channel Africa. Send us your CV and demo at newsroom@channelafrica.co.za. Remember, if you don't hear from us within 14 days, it means you have not made it or you have not been selected. Channel Africa, the African perspective. Africa Speaks on African Diaries with Shayla Ndikumana.
s'appelle le mambo. C'est aider Africa. Nous sommes dans le même bateau. C'est aider Africa. Africa fera son chemin. Bye que bye. C'est aider Africa. Ma fierté négro s'appelle le mambo.
We are on Open Views Audio Bouquet. Channel 628. Celebrate life every day. Tune in to Channel Africa. Stay connected through a new website and free mobile app.
It's a blessing. Kujenga family ni sumu kwetu ni nikupeleke Mpumalanga. Nahisi njozi nipo naye bango tujozi pingo naye hakuna chozi nikiwa naye vile tulipatana naye ni kweli tumeshibana naye.
Maswali mengi najiuliza every day. Kipi nimefanya kupenda na yeye? Nilimwomba Mungu nimpate kama yeye. 'Cause he's amazing, simply amazing. Oh Lord, tena anabidi, ananipenda mimi. I'm his wifey to be. Yeah. Oh Lord, tena anabidi, ananipenda mimi. I'm his wifey to be. He don't mind nobody, nobody else but me. He don't want nobody, nobody else but me. He won't touch nobody, nobody else but me. Nobody but me, 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 yeah.
Vicious playboy. When it comes to medals or the heart, I was a bit disabled. Different day though, who is this hazel-eyed princess angel? Make me take you and make you a Mrs. K.O. And if she's faithful, whatever that she needs is paid for. Give you all of me, just say so. I mean business, case closed. From a Casanova to a monogamist. Graduated from a misogynist, I was a chauvinist. Broken promises, now you the one I'm running with. Shower you with compliments to boost your confidence. Hey, I'm on some grown man shit. I'm on some grown man shit. Mga lastig and roll, umtana mo to it be so tragic. It be so tragic, yo, that's
He
it.
don't mind nobody, nobody else but me. He don't want nobody, nobody else but me. He won't touch nobody, nobody else but me. Nobody but me, 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 yeah. Napendekwa na sina rani ache. Napendekwa na chozi langu my baby. Sina budi nitulie niteke. 'Cause he's amazing, so amazing. Oh Lord, tena anabidi, ananipenda mimi. I'm his wifey to be. Yeah. Oh Lord, tena anabidi, ananipenda mimi. I'm his wifey to be. Yeah. He don't mind nobody, nobody else but me. He don't want nobody, nobody else but me. He won't touch nobody, nobody else but me. Nobody but me, nobody but me, nobody but me, nobody but me, nobody but me.
Her name is Vanessa Mdee, and this one is titled Nobody But Me, the East meeting the South. She has that song alongside KO. Before that, we had Habib Koite and Badama, and that one titled Africa. Actual fact, it's Bamada, not Badama. If you've just joined us, thank you so much for choosing us over the rest. This is African Diaries. Shayla Ndikumana with you, and I've got you for the next hour. and 40 minutes. It is time for us to recap some of the conversations hosted on Channel Africa, and we're going to kickstart off with the Rise and Shine team. Now, Asanda Beta spoke to Chi Lael, Head of Communications, Advocacy and Marketing, United Nations World Food Programme in Abuja. And they spoke about Nigeria's recent escalation in insurgent attacks, endangering security across West Africa.
Due to insurgent attacks in northeastern Nigeria. Can you provide an overview of what the situation looks like, the scale of this crisis?
Yes, so at the moment, our latest report, it's called the Cadre Harmonisé. It shows that in the next 6 months, almost 35 million people across the country will face severe hunger. Now, that's the highest number we've ever recorded in Nigeria, and it's also the highest number on the continent. So this raises a lot of alarm bells for us at the World Food Programme and the wider humanitarian community.
How is this ongoing violence? How is the ongoing violence impacting food production, markets, as well as humanitarian access? And what challenges does it pose for the operations of the World Food Programme?
Yes, so we've seen that in the north of the country, where you have witnessed a number of attacks in the past few weeks, actually throughout the year, is that this is really impacting food security. Previously, the north was the breadbasket of the country. It would produce much of the food that would feed the whole population. But now, because of these recurrent and increasing number of attacks, we're seeing that people are unable to go to farms. The number of people who have been displaced, forced from their homes and into IDP camps is close to 1 million people.
Keeping things on the move, Balisatao and Benjamin Mushatama spoke to social commentator Letabo Maluke about the impacts of purity culture, about sexual purity as a measure of worth for women and how this restricts women's rights.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit. What does this purity culture mean to you?
So purity culture, how I define it, is like a movement that emphasizes the importance of sexual abstinence, particularly before marriage. We see it in Christianity, we see it in our own traditional beliefs. It's not limited to just religion or spirituality, it can manifest in so many different ways. And essentially, it ties your value to your ability to keeping yourself sexually pure before marriage. And yeah, that's how I define it.
And what do you think about it when you observe this particular practice?
I think it has kind of like derailed the kind of sexual positivity that you would expect, especially my generation, to advance. Because I think the common misconception about being against purity culture or critiquing it or deconstructing it is that you are pro, hookup culture. Whereas it also impacts how people view testing for HIV, speaking openly about sexual health, how disclosing their status to their partners, therefore impacting their own safety, their sexual partner safety. It impacts how parents are able to structure conversations about sexual safety with their teens and people going into early adulthood.
Sure.
I mean, we also see it impacting in when people go to test at a clinic, how so many nurses and certain healthcare professionals hold hostility towards young people who want to inquire about their health, and they say, well, you should just stop sleeping around.
On Africa Update, a women's organization launches Remember Her campaign, and this to honor GBV victims. Lulu Gabu spoke to Tina Thiart, the co-founder of 1,000 Women Trust.
How important are such campaigns during the 16 days of activism, but also around the year?
Yes, very important. I mean, South Africa at this moment, it's crucial because we've just had the Purple campaign, and now we must unite. We must work together, and we must push further so that we can keep on going for the rest of the year. It's also important because our government has declared it as a disaster, gender-based violence as a disaster. We have to follow the systems, and we have to make sure that there are implementation by all the service providers.
And what are you finding, Tina, with your interactions you mentioned that there were over 1,000 organizations that affiliated to you and are also doing this, running this campaign, working together as a collective. What are you finding? What stories are coming out? And just, healing is very important. What are you finding with regards to people and their healing processes?
A lot of them, I've even had parents the last 2 days who've contacted us.
And on the upside, what began as a simple homemade meal has grown into a kitchen that prepares daily food for families and hosts celebrations that feel personal and heartfelt. Tebohole Kuleni and Ntsako Mhlanga speak to Desiree Lengwati, the founder of Desi's Cuisine and Catering.
Hello, everyone. I'm excited to be here. I'm very honored and blessed.
I was making light of the situation, saying one day you decided, I know how to cook, so I'm going to turn this into a business. Where did the love affair with cooking start from? Is it a matter of you saw mom cooking in the kitchen and you joined her, or grandma in the kitchen and you joined her, and ever since then you decided, this is the way that I'm going to express love to people?
To be honest, I found food to be an inspiration through my great-grandmother. I used to watch her a lot. She was a pastor's wife. So basically, she used to feed a lot of people.
Yeah.
She was open. She loved people and gatherings. So that's where the love began.
So now, when you stepped into your kitchen, right, from one cook to another, honey, but you're better than me, of course. I want to know, what was your, tester meal? What is that one meal that kind of solidified that love affair between you and cooking? When you cook that one thing and you're like, yeah, you know what, this is actually what I want to do.
Chicken.
Yes, girl.
That is why we have a signature dish. Our wings.
Your wings. Did you bring them today?
Oh, yeah.
And lastly, let's get the latest in business news with Tami Ngubeni.
Nighttime radio, just the way you like it, on Channel Africa, where the night comes alive.
6 minutes after 4 p.m. Central African time. A very good afternoon to you, Africa. Here's what we've got in store for you today on Africa in Business. We're going to be focusing on SARS, the South African Revenue Services. They've launched a large business forum, in effect bringing into one place, one gathering, the largest contributors to the country's taxes. We'll find out why in just a moment. And also, a girl once again making its way back into the spotlight. A bill has been passed at the U.S. Senate in the United States, proposing to extend AGOA for a further 2 years, but not all the currently eligible countries are included in that bill. We'll find out what those exclusions are a little bit later on this afternoon. It's gone 7 minutes after 4 p.m. Central African time. Continue to engage with us on the various social media platforms on X, Instagram, and YouTube. You'll find us at Channel Africa 1, and on Facebook we are at Channel Africa.
For these and very many more stories, please do head over to Channel Africa's website, www.channelafrica.co.za. If you want to watch the interviews, not just listen, the Upside team had food in studio and looked so delicious, and perhaps just the sight of that food will inspire you to get into your kitchen and look through your pantry and see what you can master and make. 30 minutes after 10 p.m. Central African time, we are going to be getting into our very first conversation, and I want to ask you a question. In actual fact, let me, for 10, 12, and 16.3 marks, what is hybristophobia? I'm going to say it slowly because I need to understand that as well. What is hybristophobia? That is a clue to what the next conversation is.
The voice of the continent. Now online. With all your sports fixtures, lifestyle, and more. Turn the page. It's African Diaries on Channel Africa.
Yeah, I'm off tour, we should celebrate, dedicate some time for you, baby, it's a day I can't be late, gotta regulate, cause I hate dirty looks on your pretty face, made back. I pulled up on a shitty day, I told her bring a passport, told her bring a case, fly out for a couple days, we should take a trip away, there's no time like the present, we're getting lit
Say you wanna
today.
link on the low, meet between the sheets on the low, so that no one can see us on the low, make we just creep, dip it though. I know you want the link on the low, we have to stay discreet, you don't know. And now we're on the street on the low. And if they asking about we, I don't know. We turn nothing to something and say that it's nothing. Stop all the fronting when we both know we're talking. It's not up for discussion. We don't do much discussing. So don't act like there's nothing when we both know there's something. You know you make me vex on the low. Boy, you make me stress, you don't know. Then you send me sweet texts on the low. So now I can't leave you alone. Yeah, might be in too deep. Can't save myself, can I lose it? Feel like me rendering a service and you give me a tip. Mind going crazy, chasing lucid dreams. Turn nothing to something and say that it's nothing. Stop all the fronting when we both know we're talking. It's not up for discussion. We don't do much discussing. So act like there's nothing when we both know there's something.
Yeah, I'm off tour, we should celebrate, dedicate some time for you, baby, it's a day I can't be late, gotta regulate, cause I hate dirty looks on your pretty face, made back. I pulled up on a shitty day, I told her bring a passport, told her bring a case, fly out for a couple days, we should take a trip away, there's no time like the present, we're getting lit today.
The voice of the continent. Now online. With all your sports fixtures, lifestyle, and more.
36 minutes after 10 p.m. Central African time. It is Mass Dog now with that one titled Saya Membe. And before that, we had Tiwa Savage alongside Skepta with that one titled On the Low. If you've just joined us, welcome to it. African Diaries is the name of the show. My name is Shayla Ndikumana. And I did say to you that the clue or the key to our next conversation is hybristophilia. Now, let's get into this drop. It allows us to better understand this particular type of, I want to say, syndrome, for the lack of a better word.
Guys, let me tell you now, there's something about indoda enobukinsanyana. Like, keep your skrs, let me tell you. Indoda man, mele ibe nobu danger gevaarlik, don't enter. Ukuthi mawuthi uyatetema, uthi uyakhala athi la 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 la. Angindawo. Nawa uyindawo. Ngiyakuthanda wena ngowami umuntu yami. Karinkamulumanko. Athi mamela la. Angiyindawo into yami wena. Noma ungazisakaza phansi uhlanye uthi mina ngikhetha abanga okusalayo into yami. Ngowami uyindawo. Yo. It's okay babas.
That particular voice clip coming from Buhle Gianna, who's describing a particular context. Now, if you are not familiar with isiZulu, she's talking about having an affinity towards men who are more cutthroat in relationship. And so when you are getting emotional and teary-eyed, he's like, listen, yeah, we don't have time for this, okay? And you are not doing this, you are going here, you are doing that. He presents, to an extent, an aura of danger. And this pulls you in. That is the phenomena we're looking at this evening. It's one that we have seen across the globe in stories like Bonnie and Clyde. But sometimes it happens quietly in homes, in relationships, and in communities across the continent and the globe over. Now, why do people choose a partner who brings chaos, instability, and even harm to their lives? What emotional, psychological, or even social factors speak to that? This evening, we are joined by Dr. Kitumezi Dumi Mashego, a clinical and sports psychologist, a performance and mindset coach, a speaker, and the author of the memoir Trapped in Love, where she explores her own journey of emotional abuse and healing. Of course, she is highly skilled in this department of psychology. I understand that she has quite the set of degrees behind her name, and she's going to help us unpack hybristophilia, and that is what we are tackling this evening. Dr. Dumi, welcome to African Diaries. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good evening or good day. Thank you for having me.
Dr. Tumi, when you say good day,
Hey,
what's going on?
It's late.
It is late, indeed. I agree with you on that part. Let's start off with addressing this phenomena, because I mean, at some point it was cool. Okay, the leather jackets, the rifle to the side, the lack of emotional connection. For some strange, odd reason, we found this appealing. So much so that the media created this romance around it, and it sold in billions and billions of dollars. But what is the psychological aspect that brings that affinity towards danger in relationship?
Firstly, disclaimer, let's not go diagnosing people after we have this discussion.
Yes,
Remember,
yes.
the professionals must be the one to diagnose. But basically what we are talking about is hybristophilia. It falls within an umbrella of things called paraphilic disorders, right? So it falls under that, and it's basically, but what are paraphilic disorders is basically people who are attracted, and this has to be very intense, or they have sexual interest to atypical objects or situations or non-consenting partners. So hybristophilia falls within that, where we get, people who are attracted to dangerous, criminals sometimes, or maybe they end up partnering with them to commit crimes, or they're just fascinated by, things like serial killers. And the attraction has to be quite intense for it to cause, chaos in the person's lives, and they don't have that awareness. So, they struggle to see anything wrong with what is happening to them. So
Yeah.
they're in some sort of denial because they are driven by, either a subconscious thing, or, a physiological, gain from that attraction.
Sure. Dr. Tumi, I mean, you're saying this, and somebody who isn't of that mind would be shocked, right? It's like, how are you not aware that danger is right beside you? The danger is here. How can you not see it? What kind of mental state need one be in to be aloof to danger? And I'm trying to gauge, because I believe that there are traumas that block you from perception, right? And I understand
Definitely.
this particular kind of trauma.
So I think sometimes we want to apply logic to psychological or abstract matters, right? And there is no logic. There is no 1 + 1 = 2 when it comes to emotions. And if a person is functioning from a place of pain, for example, if someone has trauma that they experienced and now it has led to the behavior that we're seeing now, whereby they're attracted to dangerous criminals, or they're fascinated by them, and it gets their blood rushing. There is no logic to that. But when you sit with the person, you can make the connection to say, okay, when did this begin? What happened? And when you hear their story, then you as the professional can make the connection. But in that person's mind, either they have blocked it so far, or they just, are just functioning from a place of pain. And when you are functioning from pain or trauma, there is no sense. There is no logic. Whatever behavior that's coming up from there doesn't make sense. I always give this a metaphor that you must think of unresolved pain or trauma or any emotions as a demon. It literally possesses you, where you're functioning from that place. It becomes your character and your personality. And in some instances, the personality takes over so much, and we say things like unjalo, as if the person is born that way. But no one is born angry, right? But when they displaying this anger, as adults, and you sit with them and you ask them, what happened? Why are you so angry? Why do you kill people with no remorse? They'll tell you, Doc, when I was 3, this happened to me, so I'm angry. So now the 3-year-old is actually showing up in the 40-year-old. And because they're choosing not to heal, it has become their character, and the prognosis is poor. Even I can't help them when a person is in that state.
The voice there of Dr. Kitumezi Tumi Mashego joining us this evening, a clinical and sports psychologist, a performance and mindset coach, speaker, and the author of the memoir Trapped in Love. Send through your questions. Find us on WhatsApp +276340692126. Doc, as you're talking, I'm thinking about how love, or rather how the experience of a trauma can reside in blood. So I recently learned that blood has memory, right? And that we can diagnose depression and certain kinds of mental illnesses through blood. And so I'm trying to gauge, is there access to this kind of behavior through an inherited state, where it might not be your trauma, but your great grandfather's trauma that's now sort of followed you into your generation? Is that possible?
Remember, what happens is, if grandpa was traumatized, or he had, this intense trauma that, influenced his personality, that his behaviors are likely what is learned and passed on. Meaning, if you're, raised by someone who's super anxious, for example, in relationships, they're probably going to display that in the interaction with you, and children learn from what they see. And that can be internalized as the norm for the child, and they learn that, and if they don't deal with it, they pass it on. So a wound can be passed on from generation to generation. If you're being raised by wounded parents, if you do not make the decision to heal and be different from your parents or from how they're raising you, that thing will be passed on to you, and you can pass it on to others. And that's why it's so important. And I think that's why we as psychologists always talk about how, the mind is so powerful, and that the things of the mind, feelings, raw, unhealed emotions, if you don't deal with them, just because you're ignoring them suppressing them, avoiding them, doesn't mean they don't exist, and they will come out in some way or another, right? So it will be in how you behave. I always draw, the like a Africa map, and I say 10% is the conscious. So the conscious is people's actions and reactions and behaviors, and the subconscious is 90%. So in that 90% is all the memories from when you were basically in the womb. All the traumas, good and bad emotions as well, are in there. And those things in the subconscious don't have manners, meaning we say things like, sure, I saw this person and they triggered me. It's because, those things of the subconscious just keep popping up into the behaviors, the 10% of what we see. So you can imagine how deep things go. The subconscious is very deep. It's holding a lot of memory, and it sometimes just pops up. Maybe someone traumatized you, they were tall, dark, and handsome. And now suddenly you are meeting someone who's tall, dark, and handsome, and you say, no, man, doc, there's something off about this person. And you find that there's actually nothing wrong with the new person. It's just that your trauma from 1999, from the tall, dark, handsome guy, was never healed. And now here you are, when you see this person who, opens that or triggers that thing in the subconscious, then you start treating them as if they are that person from 1999. So that's just how powerful the subconscious mind is. And yet we don't prioritize it. We usually focus on the exterior, how we look physically, and makeup, face beat, and all those things, and how we dress, but
Yeah.
really focus on the subconscious mind. Yet it determines our reality and experience of life.
That's an interesting point you make there, Doc. And I say this because, I mean, you are sold on the idea that how you present yourself is how you'll be received. And so if Shayla can slap on some good makeup, wear a really cute outfit, then no one's going to see her trauma, right? No one's going to address Shayla by her trauma. They're going to address her by what she looks like. And so let's turn to healing, right? Before we get into healing in actual fact, I want to ask, are they specific types of trauma that are associated with hybristophilia? Is it a particular kind of trauma, or is it just trauma in general?
It depends, how trauma impacts you depends on certain things, like your perspective of life, your personality. So me and you, for example, can experience the same trauma, but one of us develops a mental health disorder and the other doesn't.
Yeah.
And that depends on things like your predisposition, how your brain is wired, your experiences in life, your personality. Maybe I had an environment where, I was more predisposed to this, meaning the same way someone is predisposed to cancer. Like on the outside, they might seem healthy, and the one day they go to the doctor, they're diagnosed with cancer, is because of a predisposition. So for mental health, disorders or challenges, it also is predisposition, meaning you are genetically more inclined to develop certain things, unlike other people. The same way physical conditions, are genetically predisposed. And I think that's the language, or that's the message we need to put out there, that we should be not judgmental towards people who develop, mental health challenges or such things as the what we're talking about today, is that we should be kinder to people. Nobody will choose to react in a way that causes them dysfunction, right? And of course, if they don't get help, then of course it ends up being a choice. But I'm just saying that nobody will choose depression as a thing that they're going to struggle with in their life. It's something that they're predisposed to. But if they're not getting the help that they need, the trauma is not our fault, but the healing is our responsibility. And I think that's where people often, struggle to understand that, yes, you didn't deserve the trauma, but, what you do with it, how you choose to go forward, is your choice of yours. And healing needs to come from you. It needs to be a choice. And it's not easy. It takes courage to do the work, the inner work.
Dr. Kitumetsi on the line. She is a clinical and sports psychologist, performance and mindset coach, speaker, and the author of memoir Trapped in Love. Today we are unpacking, and this was a term I learned when I was 2 years old. Whatever that age is when I learned about hybristophilia. And so we're going to take a quick breather, Doc, And then we're going to get into some commentary and then talk about healing. Let's take a quick break.
Channel Africa, where every moment is an African celebration. Feel the energy, feel the connection. Channel Africa, the African perspective. African Diaries, weekdays, 10 till midnight. Nighttime radio, just the way you like it. On Channel Africa, where the night comes alive. Wake up with hope, and the African spirit. Channel Africa, now easier to access than ever before. WhatsApp us on +27 63 406 9126.
Quer que a sua música seja tocada no Canal África? Quer que as pessoas saibam sobre o seu talento musical? Quem és? Onde és? Os teus principais interesses? E assim poderemos tocar a sua música no Canal África. Quer saber como fazer isso? É simples. Envie a sua música para music@channelafrica.co.za e deixe-nos tocá-la. Canal África, a perspectiva africana.
Channel Africa is evolving, and so are you. Stay connected wherever you are with our brand new website and mobile app. Stream your favorite shows, catch up on African news, culture, and conversations, all at your fingertips.
Africa is just a tap away.
Your world, your stories, now on the go.
Stay connected wherever you are.
Visit channelafrica.co.za or download the Channel Africa app today. Channel Africa, the African perspective. Nighttime radio, just the way you like it. On Channel Africa, where the night comes alive. African Diaries, weekdays, 10 till midnight.
It is 6 minutes before 11 p.m. Central African time. If you have just joined us, we're talking all things hybristophilia. This is a sexual affinity towards an individual who presents more risque habits and character traits, if you will. And that's just my watered down version. We do have the doc on the line to further delve into the subject matter, but also afford us an opportunity to learn how to heal and what healing looks like so that we can step out of the this kind of state of being. And so, Dr. Kitumezi, let's continue the conversation. Healing is the focal point. I want to know what healing is. I think we throw the word around a lot. Right? Let's heal. But what is a healed state? Because some may confuse healing for silence. So if I can block this thing out long enough, then I'm okay.
And that's what society often sort of, says that, if I block it, repress it, ignore it, that it doesn't exist. But actually, it will come out somehow in how you relate with people, but also how you relate with yourself. So healing, I always give this example that it's like an onion. The onion, when you look at it, it has so many layers. The aim is to peel those layers, and you don't need to peel them all at once, and you don't necessarily have to get to the core of that onion, because I believe that healing is a journey. You're a work in progress until your demise, until you pass away. But it doesn't mean you'll be in therapy for life. It just means that healing is about being self-aware. So the first step in starting that journey is to acknowledge what the problem is. That's why we say for people with substance abuse issues to say, please acknowledge that you've got a problem. You don't have to come to me sober. Just acknowledge that when you take, alcohol, if that's the drug that you're struggling with, that it will treat you differently to somebody else. And once you acknowledge that and accept that you've got a problem, then we start with the detoxing and assisting you to uproot it at the root cause. But you're an alcoholic for life, right? Meaning that when you're stressed, you might fall back or relapse into, drinking even though you want to stop. So healing is that ongoing intentional choice day by day where you're working through things and you don't have to work through all of them all at once, right? So for example, if you struggling with if it comes from trauma, then we deal with that, and then you see how it manifests in behaviors with in intimate partners, but also how it manifests. Maybe the next phase of the healing would be how it manifests in the family relationships, and the next step will be how it manifests at work. So we take it step by step. And I always say to people, it can feel overwhelming, going back to that trauma that happened when you were 3. But the difference is now you're walking with someone who's trained. But please find someone who's trained, because social media has so many types of therapists out there. Please find someone who's registered, practicing, and they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So they're not, causing more damage by sitting with you. And when you open that box, it's gonna hurt like you were 3 years of age, because that's what the subconscious does. It stores that trauma until you are ready to tackle it, until you have the capacity to deal with it. And once you open it, it hurts like, the first day that thing happened to you. But it's a journey, but it does get easier with time. It takes courage though to sit with someone like me and we open that box from when you were 3 years of age.
Doc, you said you are an alcoholic for life. Now, you made an example to say if you're dealing with somebody who abuses substance and alcohol is your drug, then you are navigating the terrain of letting go of alcohol. However, your state of being is forever an alcoholic. For somebody, when you hear that, you think, oh my goodness, I'm forever a problem. Perhaps let's dissect that so that we can see it for what it is, and as opposed to using social and colloquial terminology to understand what you were saying.
Yes. So, when I say that, it means that there might be a relapse because you were used to doing this thing. I always say, give this example that you had mastered the art of being this, struggling with this thing. This thing had been a part of you for so long that
Yeah.
when stress comes, you might, relapse. So you need to continually manage, the fact your stress, and be self-aware and notice yourself when you're slipping. So it's the same also with depression. It doesn't mean that you'll be on medication for life for depression. Yes, of course, some conditions do require that, such as bipolar and schizophrenia, for example. But when you are, for example, just treating pure depression, there might be a chance that if you are severely stressed, that you can relapse, even if you had terminated the therapy and the treatment as well. So I think the journey of someone struggling with such, and it's the same with physical conditions, by the way. For cancer, what do they say? They say it goes into remission, it gets better, and there might be a chance that it recurs again. So it's the same thing with mental health conditions, and I think we need to really look at them the same. But it doesn't mean that you cannot manage it. It doesn't mean that you're not self-aware. And that's the journey with therapy or healing, is that you become more self-aware, because we cannot manage or control the stresses that you're going to have. Life is full of negative things, that sometimes happen to us that are outside of our control. But what we aim to do is to help you take charge of self, master self. And sometimes, it's not always easy because of the conditions that you find yourself in, or the environment, or the traumas that you are exposed to. So relapse, can happen, but it doesn't mean you should fear it. It just means you need to be self-aware to notice, okay, if I'm not getting out of bed, or if I'm just too overly overcompensating, maybe I must make an appointment to see Dr. Dumi, so that I can see what's happening, because I feel like I'm spiraling down the path that was once familiar.
And Dr. Tumi, just as a parting shot, is there such a thing as a cure to mental illness in terms of the psychological administration that one such as yourself would give in terms of healing? Can we ever get to a state where this is no longer a part of who we are?
So the scars will always be with us. So therapy is not about making you forget, but we don't want the scar bleeding. So we don't want you to be bleeding on people who did not cut you. as the saying goes, hurt people hurt other people, even if they were unfairly hurt, sometimes unintentionally. That's what I add to the end of that saying always, meaning if someone did something to you, you need to be aware, even though the trauma is not your fault, the healing is the responsibility on you. The onus is on you as the victim to ensure that you survive and heal. But it's a daily event that, as I said, you might notice 3 triggers initially in therapy. And as you proceed, then you realize, okay, this thing also triggers me. Let me go back to revisit and do the inner work again. So inner work is almost like a journey, right? And it doesn't mean that, you're in therapy for life. I want to repeat that. It just means that in this life is about lessons and healing and moving from one step to the next step in terms of healing and growing. And we grow around the things that we experience, and we can become better, healed, and thriving in spite of what happened to us. And what happened to us doesn't need to define us. You can be on the other side of it. And I think you've mentioned my memoir, Trapped in Love, about my journey to overcome psychological abuse. So I came, to a point where I'm on the other side of it. Now I'm the face of hope and healing, but it's because I did the work. And the work is not automatic. Just because I was a psychologist, the healing didn't fall upon me, because I'm a psychologist. It took me actually 8 years for me to see that I'm not okay. And by the way, it was at the hands of a psychiatrist. So he was also projecting his own pain, and I was the soft victim.
Yeah.
So I think we just need to be aware that whatever it is that's going on internally, you will project it. And, be careful out there that you are not the abuser. And remember, abuse can also happen in not just in intimate relationships, it can happen in families and also in the workspace. So we need to really be aware of self and do the work.
Dr. Dumi, thank you so much for your time. This has been fruitful. I can guarantee you that we will be speaking to you soon because you come with so much wisdom. Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you so much for having me.
The voice of Dr. Kitumezi Dumi Mashego joining us this evening, a clinical and sports psychologist, performance and mindset coach, speaker, and author of the memoir Trapped in Love. 3 minutes after 11 p.m. Central African Time.
Conversations that touch the heart and inspire change. Here on African Diaries, only on Channel Africa. Join us on www.channelafrica.co.za.
4 minutes into the new hour. If you've just joined us, welcome to it. African Diaries is the name of the show. Hybristophilia was what we were looking at. The affinity or the sexual attraction towards somebody who has criminal tendencies. Yeah, my brain is still trying to wrap its claws around that subject matter. And I say this because something that Dr. Dumi said that was so profound is that logic isn't necessarily the most applicable when it comes to psychological experience. Emotions have a way of toiling and swindling and doing all kinds of interesting things in your mind. And sometimes we cannot apply logic in that state. And so if you're thinking to yourself, but Shayla, they should know better, okay? How can you not see that this person is dangerous? I'll have you know that this person is not aware. In actual fact, dare I say, things seem very normal when they're in relationship with this person, and this person inspires them. This person gives them this rush, this sensation, this feel. They're almost head over heels with somebody who poses danger in their lives. And so I know that commentary came in as we were having our conversation. Let's get into it.
This is why women only feel safe with dangerous men. Point number 1. Dangerous doesn't mean violent. It means disciplined. So women don't feel safe with weak men pretending to be nice. So that is the one thing that men should understand. A woman will not feel safe with a weak man trying to pretend to be nice. They feel safe with strong men who have mastered their power. who know how to contain themselves. So a dangerous man is one who could destroy, but chooses to protect. You know, the people like the Vikings, the Spartans and all that, the way they behave. They will go out and, and go to wars and all that. When they come to their women, they know how to protect. So this is a man who chooses to protect. He carries fire, but controls it. His strength is never loud. It's contained. He doesn't speak about his strength. He knows what to do. He knows where to touch. He knows where to go and make things better. So that's the kind of energy that creates safety, power under restraint. This is a man who can never insult a woman, that can never beat a woman, that can never be violent with a woman. So remember, he who is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he who rules his spirit than he who takes a city. If you rule your spirit, you're better than he who takes a city. So a weak man can't defend her, not emotionally, spiritually, or even socially. A dangerous man doesn't seek control. He brings security. So because his anger is not in his hands, it's in his discipline. Quite unfortunate. So let's go to point number 2. Women feel safe around men who fear nothing but God. Women feel safe around men who fear nothing but God. So fearless men radiate peace because they don't crumble under pressure. A man who has faced himself, his demons, his pain, his purpose becomes untouchable. So if
That audio clip describing the difference between hybristophilia and attraction towards a powerful man who is capable of, I want to say violence, but practices restraint. Somebody who is capable of exuding traits similar to that of somebody who has criminal habits. However, practices restraint. That's a different context because you observe the discipline, you observe the fearlessness, you observe the ability to be bold as opposed to what they can potentially do. That's very interesting. He also said something very interesting around weak men. Yeah. I'm going to leave it at that, okay? Because I do not want to put pressure where the pressure is getting worse. If you've just joined us, welcome to it. African Diaries is the name of the show, second hour, and we're going to be delving into holiday romance. Now, the festive season is upon us, okay? And for some who are in the context of places like South Africa, we know that people travel to either their homesteads, this is back in the inlands or the midlands, or they're out and about trotting on the coast, okay? They're going to different places for an experience over the festive season. And then you meet this cutie, okay, cutie patootie, and you're like, you and I could do a thing or two. Whether you're engaged in a relationship or not is not the conversation at hand. We're going to be looking at that context. Is it real? Is it not? How should we treat holiday romance? Should we even consider or think about it in that context? And we do this with a vlogger who specializes in travel and lifestyle, Letabo. This coming your way in a short bit. It is 10 minutes after 11 p.m. Central African time.
Gender-based violence is destroying lives and tearing communities apart. It happens in homes, in schools, at workplaces, and too often in silence. But it doesn't have to continue. If you see it, speak out. If you are hurting, reach out. Because doing nothing is not an option. Listen to all 19 SABC radio stations from Wednesday, 23rd of July for hot talk, discussions, advice, dramas, educational shows, and interviews around GPV with experts, survivors, lawmakers, and the whole country affected by gender-based violence. For all your favorite SABC radio stations, call 0800 428 428 to report abuse or get help. GPV, it ends with you. This message is brought to you by the SABC.
Je, una jambo lolote akilini mwako? Je, Una shauku kuhusu masuala muhimu? Na je, una maoni ambayo unataka yasikike? Kweli, hili jukwaa ni la kwako. Piga simu au tuandikie kwenda WhatsApp namba alama ya kujumulisha 2760552594 na tutakupigia simu.
Mtangazaji wa habari zetu za Afrika Kusini mjini Johannesburg.
Hivyo unaweza kuwa mshirika kwenye matangazo yetu. Sio mazungumzo tu, ni fursa yako ya kuchangia maoni yako na kushirikiana na jumuiya ya wasikilizaji wanaotamani mtazamo wako. Tufuate kwenye mitandao ya kijamii. Tembelea tovuti yetu www.channelafrica.co.za na uwe tayari kushiriki na kuchangia maoni yako kwenye Channel Africa. Channel Africa, mtazamo wa Kiafrika.
The sound of Africa is evolving. Experience our new mobile app. Free to download, free to connect.
My money, my body, now your own. Is that we about it? If I tell you, say I love you, oh. My money, my body, now your own, oh baby. 30 billion for the account, oh. Yeah, Versace and Gucci for your body, oh baby. No do, gotta for me. No do, say that, oh. No do, shakara, oh. No do, gotta for me, oh. Girl, you're beautiful too. My number one in tutu. Sipping bruku tutu. For your love it tutu. I go chuku. Biko obianuju. Say you do me juju. Cause I'm feeling the juju. Shake it to you. I wanna dash it to you. You can have it to you. You know I got this in you. I love you. There's nothing above you. Above you. Bridget, you. I like your mini skirt, you. Okay, you carry fancy, you. If I tell you, hey, I love you, oh. My money, my body, now your own, oh baby. 30 billion for the account, yo. Yeah, Versace and Gucci for your body, oh baby. No do, gotta for me. No do, say that, oh. No do, shakara, oh. No do, gotta for me, oh. Yeah, you're beautiful too. My number one in tutu. Sipping bruku tutu. For your love it tutu. I go chuku. Biko obianuju. Say you do me juju. Cause I'm feeling the juju. And you know say nobody holy. But I don't go tell you story. I gotta be your man. Let me talk to you. Say a few things. Girl, I'm feeling you. But it's up to you. Say you know I got this. I love you. There's nothing above you. Above you. Bridget, you. I like your mini skirt, you. Okay, you carry fancy, you. If I tell you, say I love you, oh. My money, my body, now your own, oh baby. 30 billion for the account, yo. Yeah, Versace and Gucci for your body, oh baby. No do, gotta for me. No do, say that, oh. No do, shakara, oh. No do, gotta for you.
Your favorite boy, Techno, on the beat.
Mix Mosa. Tune in and turn up the volume. This is Channel Africa Nighttime Radio. just the way you like it on Channel Africa, where the night comes alive.
So you want to take charge, okay? Girl, I no mind. Go do your thing, girl, I'll be quiet, yeah. I know lie. Baby, when I say it's your time, you say make her hold tight. Now she says she want give me that African waist like Tiwa. She want give me that work like Rihanna. Yeah, Jerry Bush, she rotate TD like a tie. Yeah, she dey make man stand ovation. Abaka don't cause inflation for the nation. You say you want me love to the baseline, oh. You tell me say you don't want to waste time, oh. You say them other girls have to stand in line, oh. You tell me say they go watch how we slow wine, oh. Oh, you say you want to take control. Yeah, you say you want to take control. The way she dey do me, your beg back control. See the way you dey roll it, to fair back control. See my baby want to take control now. Chale, she know she the baddest. 10 over 10, she know it. I don't know how she dey manage. The African thing, she dey roll it. Fine face like Genevieve. Anything you want, I go be. I be right here, I don't leave. All my love, girl, me. She give me African waist like Tiwa. She want give me that work like Rihanna. Yeah, Jerry Bush, she rotate TD like a tie. Yeah, she dey make man stand ovation. Abaka don't cause inflation for the nation. You say you want me love to the baseline. You tell me say you don't want to waste time. You say them other girls have to stand in line. You tell me say they go watch how we slow wine. Oh, you say you want to take control. Yeah, you say you want to take control. The way she dey do me, your beg back control. See the way you dey roll it, to fair back control. See my baby want to take control now. Shake, all my African girls give me wine.
Malik Berry taking us to Nigeria with that one titled Control, a fan favorite. In actual fact, a golden oldie released in 2017, if I'm not mistaken. Before that, we had Davido coming in with If, keeping us in Nigeria. If you've just joined us, welcome to it. It is the second hour of African Diaries, and in this hour, we are talking holiday romance. Is that a thing? Yes, no, maybe? I know that Loops Lively has something to say. Let's have a listen.
While you're still young, like 18 to 25, is a holiday romance. Listen, a holiday romance is the best thing ever. I can't explain it to somebody that hasn't been through it, but it's kind of like, it's like a relationship without the ups and downs. It's just ups. It's kind of like the honeymoon stage of a marriage with somebody that you've never met before and somebody that you'll forget in about 3 business days. I don't know how to explain it. It's actually the best thing ever. If you've never gone through it, don't force it. The time might come that you need to experience it. Man. And I say it's a thing to experience when you're still young, because if you're 30 plus talking about holiday romance, my brother, that's not a holiday romance. You're just a passport, bro. That's clumsy.
Yeah, a marriage in its honeymoon phase, a relationship with only ups, a connection with no knowledge. You know what? I'm going to allow our guest to walk us through it. We know that the idea truly is to unpack holiday romance. So if you have questions, your thoughts, your views, +27 6340 69126. We want to gauge why it feels so exciting to step into this forever up situation, is what I'm gauging, right? You're always smiling, you're always excited. It feels good. There are no downs. I don't know how that's possible, but you know what? Letabo might know why. Letabo, thank you for joining us. Welcome to African Diaries.
Thank you for having me, Sheila. How are you doing?
I am fantastic. I am. I'm just a little confused. Okay.
Yes.
Because we are talking about relationships that are on the up and up, but I don't know you, you don't know me. We just met Boma 2 minutes ago, and apparently this is supposed to feel like magic the entire time. As a vlogger, Letabo, you have been to very many destinations, right? You get to interact with people on the regular, new people for that matter. Is it a thing to just instantly be attracted and find this flair between you and the unknown?
It is absolutely a thing. When you travel, you step into somebody else. That's not normally your routine. That's not your personality. That's not normally your character. So you have like a clean slate. You can be anybody. So it's definitely a thing. So possibilities of meeting new people and having a summer romance or a winter romance, it's definitely possible. It's a thing.
Tabo, that's giving Transformers, but listen, we're neither here nor there on the judgment, right? I like what you say about becoming a new person. Right? What is it about travel outside from the new place that gives you that mental go-ahead to start afresh? What is it outside going to a new destination, a place you don't know with people you don't know?
Yes. So when you travel, especially to a new place you haven't been to before, you already have that excitement of, I wonder what the people are like. I wonder what the place is like, the culture, and a whole lot of things. So when you immediately get to that new place, you are transformed in your head, and suddenly everything is possible. You could meet new people. You could have new experiences of life. You could even fall in love.
Can we really call it love, Letabo? Huh?
Well, you can call it what you want to call it, but I know of many people that have met on holidays,
Yeah.
and they're married, and they have kids, so it can be love.
That's fair. So my question is, if it is a thing to step into a new environment and be excited and all giddy about being in this new environment, how do we qualify the romance between you and this new pursuit because of this new space? Could it be that the excitement of the new place is also delving into your relationship and therefore it's not really real? How do we gauge whether it's real or not?
Yeah. So I think you're right by saying, the real gauge. It's a bit difficult to gauge, but it's in two parts for me. So if you travel, for example, say you go to Europe, and then you meet Europeans there, people that already live there, and then you're sort of like on two different wavelengths. You're on the travel excitement, they live there, right? And you could meet people that are also traveling to Europe, who are also on the same wavelength as you, who are also excited to be in a new place. And then so you could spark with people, with locals, people that live there, or you could spark with other travelers as well.
Latabok, allow me to pry. Allow me to step into your own personal experiences. Have you ever had a holiday romance?
I have had a holiday romance, yes.
And
I was
what-
not expecting it.
Yeah. Okay.
It just happened.
Give us the context. Maybe not the person's name, of course, but what was the context?
So the context is, as I said earlier on, when you've traveled to a new place, almost feels like you've been given a new slate.
Yeah.
Nobody knows you there. You're probably not thinking about work. You're probably not thinking about, a lot of things that you preoccupy your mind when you're back home. So your mind is open. You feel this sense of freedom. You're open to experiencing new things. So immediately you just start feeling, your receptors, your love receptors start feeling, I could fall in love, I could meet somebody. And, if you're lucky, you really can meet people that you could have lasting connections with.
Sure. And at the time, was it real or was it an excitement for the new environment?
I'd like to say it was real, yes and no. It was real in the sense that it was real feelings and emotions that were involved there, right?
Yeah.
No, in the sense that we were both very ambitious, because we were both travelers in that space, and there was no way we could try to sustain that relationship afterwards. It was good. It's one of those, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
And how did that leave you feeling?
Excited, very excited. I was very excited to meet somebody, and and meet somebody who thinks, and you sort of feel like this person is the same space as me emotionally, and a whole lot of other aspects of life. So you try, these things of meeting people and falling in love with somebody, it just happens. There's no call for it. It just happens. Before you know it, you're like, oh, okay, I actually like that person, right?
Yeah.
And then when you start realizing I actually like that person, the holiday is over. Then you have to go home.
That's
Yeah.
tense. That I don't know what I would do in that situation, Latabo, because I'm thinking to myself, Shayla falls in love hopelessly. Okay, listen. I am there, completely smitten. I want to live in your eyelid if possible. And now you're telling me you must part ways when our holiday's over. What does that even mean for somebody who is like Shayla and is saying, how do I navigate that terrain? What advice would you give them?
I would say go for it. I always heard that song that says we found love in hopeless places. And meeting somebody in a place where you weren't expected to meet them is one of those hopeless places. And if you're determined to make a relationship work, it doesn't matter if they are right next door to you, or they are 2 towns apart, or they are 3 countries apart, or even overseas. So if you are determined, and there really is no gauge or no formula for you to tell that somebody is real with you or not. You just have to experience it to give a self-judgment. But I would say to people, go for it. If you're determined to do it, try to experience it.
Sure. And then lastly, as a parting shot, I need us to create a starter pack, okay? Shayla's going to Paris because, why not? And I don't know if I'm going to fall in love when I get there. That's the capital. Exactly. I like where you see the vision. Okay, so Shayla's going to Paris, and Shayla is not sure if she's going to meet somebody. What are the 4, let's make it 5 items. What are the 5 items that are essential, such that should I meet someone, I am ready to bedazzle them, like I'm going to be top of my prime, because I did not forget 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
I think, first things is, if you're traveling to fall in love, I think you might be very disappointed. I think Sheila must have her low expectations for a bit.
Okay.
If travel for your own reasons, and if you do fall in love, lucky you. I think if you try to plan to fall in love, then you end up being in the wrong hands. And now I'm reminded of that big word that the doctor was mentioning. You'll end up getting to those words. So you just want to open your mind when you're traveling. Open your mind to new culture, to meeting new people. You could meet new people for friendship. You could meet new people for different kinds of things. But if that romance comes along, I say you need to think of yourself and think. Have a conversation with that person that you've met. Do you think you want to take it further than the travel destination? Do you think it will be sustainable? The distance between you guys, and what you want out of it.
Sure.
I think go for it.
Letaba, thank you so much for joining us this evening. We appreciate your counsel. The voice there of Letabo, vlogger joining us, specializes in lifestyle and travel. And we were just simply gauging holiday contexts when it comes to romance. Is it real? Is it not? I want to hear from you, in actual fact. What is your take? Do you think holiday romance is a thing? Are you saying, Shayla, in actual fact, it's not as deep as you're making out to be? Or are you saying, Shayla, I look forward to the end of a particular season. I look forward to exploring romance because I know I now have more time. I'm not going to work. My heart is open. My mind is open. I'm freed. I don't need to kind regards this Friday. In actual fact, if you decide that we're going to go on a 10-hour-long date, I'm for it. If that is your take on the matter, find us on WhatsApp. I want to hear from you this evening. +27 634 069 I know that there is commentary. So shall we get into it? Let's listen to this first drop.
Get Channel Africa on DSTV Audio Bouquet. Channel 802.
Y'all make the holidays all about being coupled up with somebody. Like what's the issue with being single? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I be so confused. Like, I be having a blast on the holidays. Like, I probably go out to an event or a party with the bros or any one of my friends or whatever the case may be. Come home, sleep like a baby. Like, I be confused. Yeah, it be times where, like, you know, we human. It be times where I be on some shit like, oh, you know what, like, you know, I wish I had somebody to come home to or to cuddle with. But it be times like that. It don't be every day. Like, I'm not fiending over being with somebody for the holidays. And the crazy thing is, y'all only be wanting to be with somebody only for the holidays. Like, you can go do pumpkin patches and matching PJs. You can do all that shit with your friends and shit. Like, why is we acting like we can't, like, do this with other people? We have to be dating somebody for a period of time in order to do this. I don't be understanding that. Ain't nothing wrong with, like, wanting to be with somebody, but y'all, like, we gotta, like y'all normalize, like, oh, well, the shit that we do for the holidays, you gotta be with somebody. No, you don't.
Hype man Brandon. I don't know. Maybe let me look at this objectively. What Hype man Brandon is saying is that it's not important for us to hyper focus on relationshiping during the festive season, during holiday season. It's okay for you to be by yourself. But what if in actual fact you want to be with someone? You know, I that's my thinking. What if you want to connect to somebody? I don't think that that's a crime. But listen, you do have a point there, Hypeman. And I do agree with the reality that we shouldn't hyper focus on mingling and mixing in the festive season as the, primary thing for the festive. But, okay, if you want to connect with someone, connect, my people. It is 33 minutes after 11 p.m. Central African time.
On veut nous faire croire à des mythes perdus.
fairy tales, just the facts and the music you love. On Channel Africa, no interruptions, just the music you love. On Channel Africa.
Take all my mind, take all the joy now. Take me down, take all the love now. Tie me away, burn me alive now. Break me down right now. Now you wanna lock me away. I'm winning, you wanna add to my pain. I'm shining, now you won't come for my face. Ideally, we're not the same, no. So why you wanna try me? Yeah, try me. You're out to destroy me, destroy me. You try to challenge me. You try to distract me. If I want the ganja, yeah, you bring the lighter, yeah, roll me a visa, set me on fire, yeah. So I woke up in the night, broke out of my chains, staying lane. You don't know my name, you crossed the line, we will never die. This is where you went, ooh child. Why you wanna lock me away? I'm winning, you wanna add to my bed. I'm shining, now you won't come for my face. I did it, but no, they were not the same, no. So why you wanna try me? Yeah, try me. You're out to destroy me. You try to challenge me. You try to distract me. If I want the ganja, you bring the lighter, yeah, roll me in razor, set me on fire. So you want to be me, but you can't. There's a fire in the sky, it's burning, and I'm always gonna keep running, yeah. So why go? Why you wanna take me? Yeah, why go? Why you wanna try me? Yeah, why go? Why you wanna take me? Yeah, why go? Why you wanna try me? Why you wanna try me? Yeah, why you wanna try me, babe? Tell me why you wanna try, yeah. Why you wanna try, yeah. Why you wanna try? Tell me why you wanna try. Why you wanna try me? Why you wanna try me? Yeah, try me. How to destroy me. Try to challenge me. You try to distract me. If I was the ganja, you bring the lighter, roll me a visa, set me on fire.
That was Thames with that one titled Try Me. Before that, we had Le Nubian with that one titled Makeda. 18 minutes before the show comes to an end. If you have just joined us, welcome to it. African Diaries is the name of the show. Shayla Ndikumana keeping you company. And we are talking all things romance and relationship dynamics. And today was a rather interesting one. We learned of a term, and this is hybristophilia. This is an affinity towards people who present, for the lack of a better term, criminal tendencies. Okay? The danger that is the danger we all don't want. And to an extent, there is a differentiation between you desiring somebody who presents discipline and somebody who presents some kind of, I want to say there's a grit about them, okay? There is a level of nonchalance that you perhaps are attracted to. Don't go and now self-diagnose and think, oh my goodness, now I have hybristophilia, because that's the bad boy I want all the time. I do think there is one last set of commentaries that are coming through concerning this. Let's get into that.
I love just, when you're like having late night walks, like you're by the beach, like with this person, like literally chilling, talking about life, etc. Like you have this nice connection, but you're not going to speak after the holiday. Like, it's just for like the holiday, like, you know what I mean? As like a couple walking down the street, holding hands, on the back of the quad bike, or like on the back of the jet ski, or in front of the jet ski, like literally just the holiday bay. Like, you're just here not for a long time, but for a good time, and just for this short period of time on holiday. Like, after this, you're just a stranger again. Do you know what I mean? Like, I love those type of holiday romance. I'm not talking about one night stands and them type of things there. Like, no, I'm not on that. I'm so sorry. Like, I never will be. Your body's a temple. However, just like, meeting someone and just seeing where things go. But it ends when the holiday ends.
How, Yas Perez. If you've just joined us, we got into the second hour's contents, and that was holiday romance. And Yas Perez is saying that she enjoys holiday romance, meeting someone new, gauging them, seeing where things go. But when the holiday comes to an end, so does that connection. I want to know how you place a timer on connection. How do you, what settings do you put on your heart so that when the holiday is over, even you've clocked out? I please, for 10, 12, and 16.3 marks, help me understand, okay? Teach me, sensei. +27 6340 69126. We were talking holiday romance in the second hour, and in the first hour, we were talking about hybristophilia. This is an affinity towards somebody who presents criminal tendencies. And so, in actual fact, that is how we sort of sum it toward the end of the conversation concerning African Diaries. We're going to get back into the music as I wait to hear from you. Find me on WhatsApp +27 6340 69126. For now, some music. That is Hallelujah Tetseklet, and that one titled Taking Us to Ethiopia. I do think that surname needs to be better read. Let's try again. We're going to say Tekle Tzadik is the surname we were looking for. 11 minutes before the show comes to an end. If you have just joined us, thank you so much for choosing us over the rest. Welcome to the tail end of African Diaries. Shailen Dikumana has kept you company for the past hour and 49 minutes as we summate conversations that once were. I want to hear from you this evening. Will holiday romance be a thing for you? Listen, you can remain anonymous. Find us on WhatsApp. Send me a voice note because I'm going to listen to it after the show. I am that girly. I am here for you. +27 63406 9126. Again, that number a little slower. +27 63406 9126. If not, please do find us on YouTube. Let's keep this conversation going. Specifically, head over to the live stream of the show and comment there. The page you're looking for is Channel Africa. With that being said, I must thank the team that was. What a stellar job. Absolutely appreciating the people that come together to bring African Diaries to life. Let's kickstart off with the tech team. That is Francis Messina. On digital, we had Apelele Mfeketo and Elaine Bengani. And then on production, we had Buleng Molabatsi. That team, what a stellar job. Thank you a ton. And before I exit, I understand that Morris is with us. Morris, how are you doing? Morris, are you with us?
I'm very well. Yes, I'm very well. I can hear you.
Awesome sources. We love that for you, Morris. What can we expect on the Afro Republic?
Man, as always, you know what we get to do. There's so much. It's good to see you, Shayla. And I'm excited that Buleng is in
Yeah?
Buleng in about a month now. It's good to know that Buleng is fine and she's doing well. I look forward to it's your 3-hour journey, as always, starting in about 5 minutes, 10 minutes from now. That's right through to 3 a.m. And today being a Thursday, we take it nice and with an understanding that we are getting into the weekend. We take it nice and towards that trajectory. That we also go retro. We also do the music that brings back those fantastic memories from yesteryear. The music that will remind you how, or just get you wondering how and that you had that type of sound. That's what we're doing. And we still have an interview that we did that is supposed to come through, and we had a conversation with a fantastic lady, and she's one artist that has performed Spongile Kumalo. You bring the Grammy Award-winning Walter Kellerman, and her name is Buzi Gold. She will be talking to her and just getting to know her, more about her and as a musician as well. So it's a fantastic interview that one cannot miss. I will continue, and at 10 minutes, 10 minutes before 3, we bring you what we call the continent of Africa, as we hand over to Jabu Kolele, who takes over 8 o'clock. Afro Republic for you this lovely morning.
Morris, we cannot wait to hear from you. With that being said, the team and I are going to jet out of here. Please do take care of yourselves. Until we meet again, please stay blessed. Cheers.